I mean primary. I think it was grade 4 or grade 5, and it was break time. And this black kid asked me for food. And I don't know what was going in my mind, but I promised the black kid that I'll give you the food. But I can't give it to you right now. I'll give it to you at lunchtime because you see, we always have two breaks. The first is a small break, and then the second one is lunch, which is larger. So I told him I'll give you food at lunchtime. I promise. Then he said, okay, he'll come and get the food, right? And here comes lunchtime. And he never came to get his food. And even after school, I was still thinking about it. Where is that guy? I need to give him food. I promised him. And in the end, I couldn't find him. And he did not even come to me. So he may have not come to me because he must have thought I was lying or something. But I truly promised him that I will give you the food at lunch. I felt bad, extremely bad, for not giving him the food at lunch because he did not come. So how can I give him the food at lunch? Because he did not come at lunch. Even though at the time you can say that it was not my fault, but I felt the responsibility that no, I should have done better. So what do I want to tell you? What I want to tell you is if you make a promise, no matter what happens, fulfill it. Think about it. What does promise even mean? When you promise something, you're literally saying, I promise you this no matter what the circumstances. So when you bring up excuses for not having fulfilled the promise, you're not promising because when you promise, you do the thing no matter what the circumstance is because you promised. So do not break your promises. Now that should tell you, okay, I cannot break any promise. That means I should only make promises that I can fulfill. So that and that will force you to make a small amount of promises. Now you won't be able to make more promises because if you make more promises, you won't be able to fulfill most of them. But you're supposed to fulfill most of them. And in order to fulfill most of them, you have to have fewer promises, the right, most important ones. I don't let's see, let's give an example. You promise your father, I promise I'll get an A star in the next exam. I promise. So that should become your priority. Your actions should show that you're fulfilling the promise. We just talking about it means jack shit. Your actions should reflect on what you have promised. No excuses. To promise is to disregard of all excuses. Even in your life, do not use excuses. It shows that you're a weakling. Even if it's totally someone else's fault, just using excuses makes you less respectable because now you're giving someone else the power. What else? Nothing else.